Roll call, Mr. Karati.
Mr. Raccomando.
Present.
Mrs. Borelli. Mr. Buffi.
Present.
Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
Mrs. Sanchez.
Present.
Mrs. Campico.
Present.
Mr. Singh.
Present.
Mrs. Zattarelli.
Present.
Mr. Garrett.
Present. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, 1975. We have a presentation this evening.
Well, if you want to change, right, we can continue with the agenda and we'll at least give some more time so maybe the sound will work and we'll do everything else and come back to it.
Motion to open meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Does anyone wish to address the board this evening? Residents are requested to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and responses will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility nor will it be liable for any comments made by the members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments.
Nowhere in this policy thinking about corporate logo other than on the hands being common.
Okay. Well, thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Does anyone else wish to address the board? Motion, please close the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've spoken on the phone. I know you spoke with the principal as well. I did share your concerns with the board, and that's something that we talked about would be revisited in our, and I shared this with you during our conversation too, that we'll look at that. We had a conversation about the spirit of the policy versus the exact language in the policy, and our policy committee is going to have to look at that and see if there's any revisions that need to be made as a result.
In addition to something to set policy, can't pick up if you want. If it says a corporate logo is okay, it's actually done, and everyone's going to can't, so it's a very small logo.
Mr. Scully, we're going to take your comments into consideration. We're going to look at it. We promise. Okay? Thank you so much. Business Administrator's Report.
Thank you, President Garrett. This evening, ask for motion on A through D, the minutes, the checks, and the financial reports.
Motion to accept.
So moved.
All in favor? Oh, sorry, roll call.
Mr. Raccomando.
Yes.
Mr. Buffi. Yes. Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mrs. Campico.
Yes.
Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli.
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Crowley. Casper Student Representatives Report, please.
And I have nothing to report from the elementary schools. The high school has been pretty busy recently. On last Friday, we had a homecoming dance. We had the biggest turnout in the past 4 years. And that was phenomenal. And following the homecoming ends, and this week we have 3 a week. And every day has a different theme. Monday was Twin Day, Tuesday was Class Colors. If you guys saw, the hallway you most likely walked through was the freshman hallway. The colors was white, and every class was assigned a different color. And today was Pink Eye for Breast Cancer Awareness. Tomorrow is College Day to encourage all students, both middle school and high school, to start looking at colleges early. And Friday is Sports Day to encourage everybody to go out and support in high school sports. And the ACT and the SAT parent night will be held on October 27th at the high school, and the APA will be having a parent night on the 29th. That's it.
Thank you very much, Casper. Dr. Katz, Superintendent's report.
I have nothing additional from Monday. So moving into action items. In Student Services, a motion for items 1 through 13, amending number 13 to take off the first case listed, but all the others will remain. So removing 20151-1.
Any discussion on those items?
Any motion?
A motion to accept?
Nobody made a motion.
Motion to accept.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on those items? Roll call, seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Armando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Canipico?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Geary?
Yes.
Section B, motion item 1.
Motion to accept item 1.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on that item? Roll call, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Armando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Canipico?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Geary?
Yes.
Business and Board, motion items 1 through 10.
Motion to accept.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on those items?
There's nothing additional from Monday.
Nothing additional.
Nope.
Roll call, Mr. Carrado.
Mr. Armando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Canipico?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Geary?
Yes.
Policy are all first reading, so there's no action to be taken. We did review them all on Monday, so if there's any additional discussion. Okay. All right, for personnel, motion for items 1 through 9.
Motion to accept items 1 through 9.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on those 9 items? Roll call.
Mr. Armando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Canipico?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Geary?
Yes.
And motion for items 10 through 18.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on those items? Roll call, Mr. Carrado.
Mr. Armando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mrs. Canipico?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Geary?
Yes. Committee?
I think they're... You ready? That's okay.
It's fine.
Did our sound work? Is our sound working? No? Make the best of it? All right. Well, I'll introduce Mrs. Pat Eckel, who is the interim principal at Smith School, and we have several staff members here as well tonight for their presentation, so I'll hand it over to you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for inviting us to present tonight. Technology has taken a little wind out of our sails, but we're going to move ahead. We do have some very dedicated staff members who came out tonight. We have a student representative. So at this point, I am going to introduce the person who I give full credit to this presentation for, Mrs. Maurer. When I arrived a month ago, came to me knowing that this presentation was coming up, and she said, "I got this." And I said, "Thank you." So I am going to step aside and turn it over to Ms. Maurer and ask her. Thank you. Any opportunity to talk about reading, you know I love. So, of course, what am I promoting again this year? Reading, because I'm the reading specialist of Illinois Smith Elementary School. So how are we going to promote it this year? Well, getting the community involved, kids involved, teachers involved, and the first thing we're doing with that is we are having a readathon. Now, last year, we had our first readathon. We had a trial. It was at the end of the year, and there are two reasons to have the readathon. One was to raise a little bit of money, and two was to kind of enhance what we're starting with a workshop model for the reading and writing workshop. While embedded in the reading workshop, there's a lot of independent reading. I'll talk more about that as we go. But this is an example of what's on our webpage, and it talks about how we need more books at the student's independent level. So usually when a teacher is in a small group, she's teaching at their instructional level. And there's two different levels that we're trying to target with books. One is an instructional with the teacher, and one is all by yourself. And so usually they're different levels, because when a child is reading independently, they're reading on a very fluent basis. They're knowing 99% of the words, and they're 100% comprehending. Okay? So we need books to be able to support something like that. So the readathon will help support that. And like I said, help support the workshop model. So as far as raising the money, we had help from the district. We had generous donation from the PTO, and the readathon also supported it. So we have bookcases that we bought, bins for the shelves, K-2 level readers for guided reading, and there's 6 copies of each, so each child will have a book with the teacher, and they'll be sharing in these small groups. Multiple copies, like I said, take-home readers for K-1. These are little black and white readers that if they lose them, we wouldn't love it, but take them home, reread them. Kindles, we have 20 Kindles that teachers can download books so that the teacher has a class of 20. Maybe, there's 5 groups, or 4 groups of 5 or something like that, that each group is reading a different book on the Kindle. So they're getting that digital experience as well. And then cases for the Kindle, and then Amazon gift cards to download the book. So those are some of the things that the PTO, the district, and readathon have been supporting. And here is a picture of our book room that we did not have in previous years. Like I said, the district chipped in money, the PTO, and the readathon. So these black and white readers, these are the take-home readers, and they're leveled from A to B. So we call that Foxes and Canal leveling. There's many different ways to level a book, but when you're in the primary grade, the levels are smaller, and as you get older, like 6th grade is a level W, and then past B, you're supposedly a fluent reader. Okay, so there's another picture of the book room. Like I said, this is new to the teachers. They're in this book room. There's 6 copies each, okay, so that they can have their choice of reading books on an independent and guided reading level. Right, this is a copy. This is the second part of why to have a readathon, to support that workshop model, like I said. This is the status sheet, and the teachers are beginning to use these a little bit differently. In the past, if you're a parent, you might have seen something come home that says, what book did you read tonight? Write the title of the book and date it. That's called a reading log. Well, this is actually data collection for the teacher, whether you realize it or not. So the date, which is, that's important, but minutes read and pages read. This is going to tell the teacher a snapshot of, is this child reading a good fit book? For example, a child should be able to read 100 words under this case. So if a child is reading 10 pages in 30 minutes, that is a red flag to the teacher. I should have a conference with this child. This is not a good fit book, and I shouldn't be independently reading this book because it's too hard. It's no fun, and they're struggling through it. So that's also going to be part of our reading book. Okay. And this is an example of what the teachers are using in their reading workshop, and which goes along with the idea of the readathon and the status check. And it's called I Pick Good Fit Books, so just right books. So when they're choosing their book, why are they choosing it? Why do you want to read it? So they're having a purpose. Does it interest you? Are you comprehending? Most important. Can you tell me? Can you talk about the book you're reading? And do you know most of the words. So the teacher should have that child just read, a page, and are they fluent or not? Okay, so parents can do that as well. And then this is another little incentive. So when you walk through a school that values reading, you walk down the hallway and you look in the classrooms and you should see children engaged. And so hopefully you see them engage a lot in reading during the literacy walk. And so my idea is to catch them reading. So if you catch them reading, they get a bookmark and they get their picture taken and they get caught on the wall so everybody can see that they're reading. So there's just a few things. The next thing we're going to talk about is our recess reading buddies. And Jamie Cunningham is here tonight. She's a kindergarten teacher. And we have Vincent, who's a good student, one of their needs. And Vincent gives up his recess time to go into Mrs. Cunningham's room to read with the kindergartners. Now, we think that's a big deal because usually fourth grade boys want to run around and wear his football uniform here and play football, but he's reading, he's making an impact. So Jamie's going to tell us a little about this.
Yes. So every day in kindergarten we have something called Rest and Read that we do after recess, which the kindergartners, they will take some time to either relax, rest, or read a book. And we have our fourth graders and Vincent coming in every day, and they are either reading with the students, they're working on skills such as sight words and letters with them, and it's been a really great program so far because for one, fourth graders love helping with kindergartners, and I can speak for Vincent, like you will see students like especially him, the look on their face when they see that the kindergartners are working with, they're really getting it. And the kindergartners love it too. They love working with the older children, and it's actually very helpful. I've already seen since we started it, the students that they're working with really progressing. They're working on specific skills that the students really need. So I want to present this to Vincent. This is a certificate to Vincent, a service award from him for volunteering his time to Professor Giga.
So what we've been doing, like you can see in this picture here, that kid to the left is named Xander, and Ms. Cunningham told me that he needs help with the letters. So when I went over the letters, I showed him the letter, and he would have to tell me what it is. But Miss Marwan is the reason. But when I did actually the letters for Xander, I felt really comfortable working with him, and I think Xander did a great job. He actually progressed a lot and did like 6 words in under 10 minutes. So, great.
Reading Day, which will come to us in the winter of 2016. So we have DJ Sam Rowdy and Christina Tirado to talk with you about that.
On behalf of first grade, we just briefly want to discuss an activity that we decided to hold for the first time in first grade, and it's something that we're calling Reading Day. And it's going to be basically a mini workshop that we're inviting the parents to come in and see a read aloud presented in the classroom. And it's just basically we want to really promote literacy and strengthen that home to school connection.
So it'll start off where it's going to be the first graders. The mini workshop will be held by Jill in the location of the school. And then from there, parents will be invited back into the first grade classroom, so they'll watch one of the teachers just read to the students like they do every day and model things aloud and just how we get them to understand reading is thinking, how constantly thinking about what we're reading. And then we'll provide some books for the parents to be able to just sit down and engage in a book with their child and just be able to hold a conversation about it. It's going to be in the winter, so we'll probably have welcome pajamas and hot cocoa and just make it a very comfortable atmosphere. So we look forward to hopefully seeing you doing it.
Ms. Now came up to me and said, basically, we want to get the kids excited about reading. And she came up with this idea of creating a commercial. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Kids will love to do this. So, very briefly, we gave them a quick mini lesson on what goes into a commercial. They brainstormed with us, like, what are some commercials you know? The Geico commercials, commercials with LeBron James and Gatorade, and we talked about the different parts that make it up, either bandwagon, celebrity endorsements, using humor, slogans, and ethics appeal. Basically said, listen, we're putting you guys in the driver's seat. You guys are going to be coming up with the script, coming up with the jingles, trying to persuade and motivate the kids to read. All we're going to do is hold the camera. In one case, I'm actually holding the car. But they got really excited about this, and they took off running with it. And we had about 20 kids that helped us make these commercials, and we wanted to bring them here tonight to speak to you. Unfortunately, they have a change in schedule with a big-time soccer game for the girls' travel team, and they're undefeated. And so I say, go play your game, just make sure you win. Hopefully, if the sound works, we can show you a few of the commercials we made. It's my starring role, so hopefully I get picked up after this. So, enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy our fun.
We do have one live commercial for you if the sound isn't my daughter Emily.
No, here she goes.
Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. H-O-T, Reader's Outline. Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. Read for 20 minutes a day. Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. H-O-T, Reader's Outline. Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. Read for 20 minutes a day. Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. H-O-T, Reader's Outline. Open up a book called the Reader's Outline. Read for 20 minutes a day. Call the Reader's Outline.
This one here is Mr. Shear. He's with Starbucks. I was kind of popular with him. And then Taylor Swift. Oh, yes, So that one obviously is always. And then we have one more. They all came out so different. They did an amazing job. What we're going to do next is every week during the readathon, we're going to show the school a commercial, so the teachers have them downloaded on the website, and the students will see them. And that's pretty much our presentation on how we're going to do the reading this year. We're going to do more things, but that's the gist of it right now. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you very much, and I would just like to acknowledge the teachers from Smith who came out tonight, and our student representative who came to help us out. So thank you very much.
I'll just echo Mrs. Eccles. That's hard to say. Thank you. And, it's not just about, and you've all done so much to improve literacy instruction within your classrooms, but it's really about making reading and literacy a focal point of the school. And that's obviously what's happening. So thank you for all of those efforts. And I know Vincent left, but it seems like maybe he's a budding educator, which would be wonderful. And thank you for the live performance, which we were not expecting. So that was wonderful. But thanks to all of you.
Committee reports. I know we have a curriculum meeting on November 2nd, the curriculum committee. Policy.
Policy, we reviewed Section D off of the agenda on Monday, and our next meeting will be held on November 17th at 5:45.
Thank you. Any old business? Old business? New business? Motion to open the meetings in public?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Does anyone wish to address the board?
My roof is 164 hours forever. Last month I was here and I talked about the roof, the building not being able to go up. It's still not done. I want to know is when they took the old roof, coping on, the bricks that were coming off, are they getting replaced? Apparently, no. But I have pictures here that they just put the new coping on the broken bricks. The bricks were supposed to be changed or no? The bricks are coming off. Why aren't they changed? That's number one. Number two, again, they work on Sundays. Why are they there working on Sunday when you, told me that you spoke to the owner and told me we weren't going to work on Sundays anymore? Another lie. Helmets. Not even one person wore a helmet on the job site on the roof. No safety harnesses. If they fall, they sue the school system, they sue the town. My tax dollars go, everybody's tax dollars go up. You don't care because it's not your money. It's the people from town's money. That's wrong. Fix your problem. I just want to show something. Am I allowed to come up and show it to you? Smoking on the roof? Is it supposed to be, are they supposed to smoke on the roof? I don't think so. No smoking on the roof. Another thing, you're talking about children's safety. Am I right? Here's a picture of a person working on top of the roof when the kids are walking, the football players, the cheerleaders, and the soccer girls were coming out of those doors while they were working on top of the roof. Weren't they supposed to have a safety harness? A safety rail to tell the kids, please don't come out? Here's another picture. I want you to pass this around. But most of the like to pass the smoking one that's, oh yeah, he did not use a bic, he used a match. Here, there's another one. Pass these around if you can, please. There's another one, just let me show them first. There's another one that he's leaning over the roof. He falls, we're liable. Where's the competent person here? Every team, electrician, plumber, whatever it has to be, has a competent person, not a foreman, not a shop steward, a competent person that says, listen, I'm licensed, I'm not supposed to do this. You know, these people that are working on the roof, did they get drug tested? Once. I only asked them for once. I'm not asking for weekly, but once. Are they tested for drugs? Here, leaning over the building. Leaning over the building while working. You can't, with no safety, harnesses, no lines, no nothing. They fall, not your responsibility, it's our responsibility. Here, illegal passing of material from one end to the other end. And I believe, no gloves. These are you, who's in charge here? Who is in charge? I laugh at this. Because you guys, you think you know everything and you don't know nothing. Here. On the corner of Saddlebrook School here, one of the corners in the front, when they were working on a Sunday, no less, okay, the bricks were all coming off. Here's a better picture. You can pass this around, please. And here is them putting a coping on top of the broken bricks. You guys kidding me? That's cold. I want to know, who's the competent person that's on the roof that looks out for these things? And that's just this school. I didn't even go past the other schools. Smith didn't even start yet, am I right? You can pass these now. There's another thing here. This is the nicest one I want to show you. Please pass it. I want to show you this. The bricks are coming off and they're replacing it. With just the flashing they're replacing. They're replacing no bricks. So you mean to tell me those loose bricks are going to hold? That's disgusting. I'm appalled. I'm a taxpayer here. Okay? You're not, and you don't care. I want to know who's the competent person. Smoking on the roof. I do have one of him urinating on the roof, but I don't want to bring it out. I called OSHA on this. Okay? And they're waiting for my response to go ahead. I don't know if you know, the school will get fined at least $152,000. But it's not your money. You don't care. I want to know who's the competent person for each team that goes into the school system. That's number one. Number two, I also hear that you guys fixed out, the school fixed the girls' and boys' bathroom. Why is it locked? I want to know. Why is the girls' bathroom locked? That's ridiculous that it's locked. There's no helmets, no safety, no smoking on the roof. Why is the girls' and the boys' bathroom that's supposed to be brand new locked? In between the periods that they got to change. The kids only have they only have 5 minutes, right? How are they supposed to go to the bathroom if the bathrooms are locked and they have to run around to find which bathroom is open? And then they get yelled at when they go to class because they're late. Are you fixing these problems or no? Another question I have for you guys. If a classroom is 45 minutes, how long is a test that they're taking, the students, supposed to be? 45 minutes? 40 minutes? An hour and 20? An hour and a half? I would like to know. For regular class, honors class, and AP classes. If the class is 45 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever it is, how long does the test have to be? If the class is 50 minutes, why is the test 120 minutes? Why are the kids taking another class to take that test? I don't know. Can somebody tell me that? Another question I have for you guys. Number one question when you sell a house and the new people come in to buy a house is the education system in Saddlebrook. What is the grade? I need to know what is the grade of the whole educational in Saddlebrook. Then I want to know the grade for the elementary, which is the 3 schools, and then I want to know the high school grade. Is it an D? Is it a B? Is it an F? And why? Because when I bought my house, it was a C in 91. What's it today? 2015. Again, where are we going? We're going backwards. We're not going forward here. I want to know who from the school also goes up on that roof and looks at it. Flashing. Let me give you an up on this. When they drill into the wall, and they put the first coping on top, when they put the second coping on top, has to be an inch away, or let's get welded. I didn't see nobody welding, and I didn't see nobody doing any caulking. And you can't caulk it after it's put up. You gotta caulk it as you snap it in. Is it caulked? Can anybody tell me? Because it's very simple. I would like to go have permission from the board to go up there to slide a $1 bill. If it goes through, it's not caulked. It's supposed to be an inch away. Can somebody find me these answers? But mostly, I want to know what is the grade of this school, and why are not our kids, okay, the taxpayers, when they come here, they're supposed to be protected. Those pitchers, those football players, the cheerleaders, and the soccer girls that came out were not. I'm very upset. I sent my daughter to school to be safe. I don't think so. You guys need help? Let me know. Free of charge. I'm not here to get $90,000 or $100,000 a year. Free of charge. Just let me know what you need. That can help you. Because this, when my daughter leaves the school, is still, I'm part of the school system. And I am upset that you guys paid this guy. I'm upset. I came here last month, I said, why isn't it done? It's very simple. A job this big stops all production. Let's get this one done before the school in September opens up. Let's open it up for the kids. Don't tell me it's going to take next month to finish. Well, Smith School didn't even start yet, if I believe, right? Was it in the plans? The high school's not even done. Is it done, the high school? This school right here I'm talking about. I'm talking about Saddlebrook. I'm not talking about Emerald Park. I'm not talking about Lodi School. I'm talking about Saddlebrook School. This one here. Is it done? I want to know if somebody can put a $1 bill in there and see if it's full. But that's where the water comes in through the wind. Thank you very much. And if I can have those pictures back, I appreciate it.
Right here.
Does anyone else wish to address the board? Motion to close the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
I just like to make one comment that the work started, the roof work started the day after school ended. And we're sitting here on October 21st, and Mr. Bluffy wants to bring all this stuff to our attention when, if he saw this going on, he should have came into the board office and told us. To wait 4 months later, I'm talking now. I'm talking now, you wait a minute. I'm talking.
I can respond to you.
4 months later, these are not our employees. You can call OSHA, whatever you want. They're responsible for doing all those safety regulations, not us. We told them not to work on Sunday. The building department will work on Sunday. We don't give them the keys. They have ladders. If they went up there, I don't come by to buy on Sunday. Nobody does. They're off. They were told not to work. You should have called the town. Bathrooms locked? Call the principal. Find out why the bathrooms are locked. The roof, we told, we read the statement the other day, the last meeting to you. The roof, all roofs were ripped off and new roofs were installed before school started. They have punch list items. We said the flashing around the metal roof was not done, and it was going to be done by September, October, and that's what they're doing now. They're finishing up. In fact, Smith School, they're finishing up on the metal flashing right now. All the roofs were ripped off and all the roofs were installed. They were done. Watertight. The roofer manufacturer, the one who's going to warranty the roof for 20 years, had a person out there every day checking the roof. And they didn't want to get a warranty it. They had masons fixing bricks, change orders for that. I'm speaking.
Yeah, but they didn't fix those.
I'm speaking.
Go ahead.
They're there doing it. We don't have a clerk of the works on there to spend all day long on a roof, bathroom projects. We did like $2 million worth over the summer, and they're all done. School open, bathrooms open, roofs were done. Now we're going to start phase 2, and the work will be done.
Why wasn't the bricks fixed? Why weren't the bricks fixed? I want to know. If it was
Mr.
supposed to
Boothby,
be fixed,
Mr.
why weren't
Boothby,
the bricks fixed?
I
The roofs were fixed. If I look at those pictures, it looks like when they're ripping off the flashing.
How about we do this? Let's bet your job that if I go rip that off,
Mr.
the bricks are
Boothby,
not fixed.
Mr. Boothby, I appreciate your comments, and I promise you we're going to look into all this, and I appreciate you coming in and giving us a heads up on what occurred. I promise you we'll look into it.
All right, how about the grade that I want to know for school?
Well, there is no grade. There is no official grade of a school district. There's commercial organizations that do ratings of schools, like
So
New
what's
Jersey,
the rating of the school?
like New Jersey Monthly Magazine or K-12 Niche, or there's a bunch of them, but they're all commercial organizations. There's no.
There's no rating in Saddlebrook High School. There's no rating in the town of Saddlebrook. The schools in Saddlebrook, there's no rating.
There's no official from a Department of Education or any
There is. They're also here.
Okay, all right.
There are commercial organizations that do that. You can look up those rankings online. There is no official from the Department of Education grade for a school district.
So what's the ranking then?
You can look that up online. You can do some searches and find that. Depends on what organization you'd like to find that from. And as far as tests, that depends on the subject, the content. Sometimes they are periods, sometimes they could be 2 sections and take 2 classes. Sometimes it could be a short quiz. I suggest that's something you speak to the teacher about.
How about the guy here about smoking on the roof?
We're going to address all of those roofing issues, I promise you.
To who?
To our building and grounds people, and we're going to talk to Mr. Karate about it, and the board will
So
discuss that.
you also want the picture of him urinating upstairs too?
I think I wrote all that stuff down. I wrote every one of your concerns down, and so did Mr. Karate.
Can I get a letter on that too?
I didn't hear you, sorry.
Can I get a letter that's going to the roofer? Can I also get one too?
I don't know if legally we can give it.
I don't think that he said he was going to write a letter. He said it was going to be addressed. If there is a letter, it would be, if there is a letter written, it would be subject to disclosure under the Open Public Records Act, and you would have the right to request a copy of it.
Okay, can I get a requested copy of that? If there is one?
If there is, but at this time it doesn't exist.
Okay.
You just spoke to us.
Motion to recess to close executive session to discuss a HIB appeal by NJSA, per NJSA 10-4-6 Open Public Meetings Act. Subject matter discussed may be disclosed to the public. If and when the need for confidentiality no longer exists, action will not be taken by the board when it reconvenes in open session. I have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you very much.